Hi,
Hello.
everybody. It's Dr. Julie Gilbert here from Oregon Weight and Wellness. I'm joined with Rachel Matthews. Hey, Rachel.
Hey, everybody.
How are you?
Doing good. Loving the sun that's
Hey,
peeking out
and
today.
we are coming at you. Yeah, sun's peeking out today. I was just looking over here. Yeah, I'm so excited about that.
Yeah.
And I've been outside already today for my 30 minutes.
Yep. Nice.
But might as well get out there for more. Yeah. Yeah. All right, we're going to jump right into our book here. And I think, Rachel, we're on chapter 25. No, not chapter 25, 24.
Chapter 24. Yes. So he starts off by saying, grab a handful. And he says, basically, he summarizes by saying, to get ahead of unintentional binge eating, right? So when we bring a whole box of something or a bag or something with us to sit down somewhere and snack, when we intend to only eat a few or a small handful, if we have the whole bucket with us, we're likely going to eat way more than we intend. So he says, grab a handful. I like to think about, like, what's the serving size, and I count it out. How many chips is a serving size? Okay, count those out. Or put the certain portion on a plate or in a bowl and take that with you and put everything else away, so that is your portion. So you don't do that mindless kind of constant eating.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Exactly. And it was curious to me that whatever study he was showing that people, even if it didn't taste good, they were still putting in. So it didn't have to do with taste.
No,
it was just that it was there.
Yes, and that part of their normal habit was so I've read that study before, and people who don't normally eat popcorn while watching a movie, if it was stale, they wouldn't. They put it aside. But for people who normally ate popcorn while watching a movie, it didn't matter how fresh or stale the popcorn was. It was habit. They just kept going.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Have you used that as a practical approach for yourself? Yeah. You said you count.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. I have, let's say I'm having a piece of chocolate, or I'm having even nuts, my nut mix that I have that's got all sorts of good stuff in it. I have these little tiny quarter cup metal serving. I think they're like meant for sauces and condiments. And I scoop my nuts up in that. And that is my serving of nuts for the day. And I know exactly how much it is. And I don't eat more than that because that's what I've decided. So it really helps me. Yeah.
Great. Yeah. You pre-planned, you pre-decided. That's it. And you're satisfied and you go on. I think, I use those ramekins, I think they're called,
Yes.
for my nuts like that too. Yeah. Great idea.
Yep.
What's his next point?
Okay, second point is about taking 5 outside. So this really speaks to your getting outside every day for 30 minutes. And he's breaking it down, even just 5 minutes. Even just 5 minutes decreases tension, confusion, anger. It gives you positive energy, motivation, feelings of revitalization. And he encourages any activity will do. So getting outside, it could be walking, gardening, fishing, playing with your kids. But remember, get out there, even if it's cold. 5 minutes, bundle up for 5 minutes. You're going to see the difference.
That's right. That's right. There's so many of us that we just work through our break, and we really need to take advantage of the break that we're given, and then believe the truth, which is when we take that mental break and when we get outside and get that fresh air, even the, indirect ultraviolet light from the sun on cloudy days, it's going to give us good things. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
We've got to, very good.
I was just going to say, we've got to set the value of why we're doing it. Like you said, I'm going to go outside for 5 minutes because I value blank, and fill in the blanks there for yourself. And so it's less about doing something you're being told to do, or you have to do, or you should do, and more about how you're honoring your value system, how you're honoring what you choose for yourself in the moment. And that works on our motivational level.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's exactly right.
Mhm.
And then if we pay attention, I bet we'll notice that we're even more productive when we come back from that break, because a lot of us think that I just don't have time. I don't have time. I don't have time. Where if we choose to take the time and believe what that can do for us, then we'll
Yes.
come back and have more energy and, and more productivity.
Absolutely. Yes. I believe in higher productivity, therefore I walk every day on my breaks. Something like that.
Mhm. Exactly. All right. Excellent. All right. What's his next point?
Okay, the final point is about paying for peer pressure. So he's referring to accountability, a support system that when people get that gentle nudge from a friend, a paid trainer or a coach or a doctor or someone that can kind of push them in the right direction, they're more likely to keep with their goals. And he says, even if it's someone you don't know very well. So it doesn't have to be a good friend. It can be just kind of knowing that someone else is kind of holding you accountable, or that you've kind of signed up for something, especially if you pay for it. Once you financially invest in yourself, you're way more likely to take advantage of it. But we need that little extra boost from someone checking in.
Yeah, exactly. And that's exactly why we use coaching, Rachel, and in our program,
Mhm.
because we believe in a people's ability to do the next small thing, to take the
Mhm.
next small step. We believe in their ability, and then we're going to we're checking in on what they did, and I do think then that really helps people just keep moving forward.
Yes, exactly. We all need that extra help from one another. We don't change in a vacuum. We change with community and support and resources. And so, if you're trying to do it alone without a coach or without your doctor, you're not tapping into the resources, and it's hard to make change. It's hard to do it
Mhm.
alone. So
Yeah.
yes, that coaching support really taps into the helpful motivation, the accountability,
Mhm.
and feeling like someone's looking out for you and someone's helping.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's right. And so I wanted to bring to people's attention again, starting in November, I believe you're doing that holiday challenge, to
Yes.
keep us accountable to our better health, the values that we have set for ourselves to
Mhm.
finish the year stronger. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. And that coach support will run all of November and all of December with challenges and check boxes on worksheets, things that you can work through. But knowing that there are other people going through the group at the same time and that your coaches are checking in with you every week helps us stay on track, not fall to the wayside or totally lose all of our helpful habits. We don't have to be perfect, but just staying in the
Right.
game helps us be conscious and aware ongoing.
That's exactly right. That's exactly
Mhm.
right. All right, Rachel. Well, I know
Okay.
that we're a little short on time today, but can you give us an idea what's for dinner for you?
Yes, yes, leftovers as always. My husband made spaghetti last night, so it's a high protein pasta that we use, and I don't actually use a lot of the pasta. I would rather just put the sauce over veggies and things, so that's what I'll do. But it's like a high. We do a big chunky veggie. Whenever you hear me say spaghetti, that's what we do. Really chunky veggie with lots of beans and like chunks of broccoli, chunks of cauliflower, chunks of zucchini. So that's, and then of course a spaghetti sauce based made off of my tomatoes from the summer.
Wonderful. Yeah,
Yeah.
and believe it or not, that's what I made yesterday, actually with our student. And I did the chunky thing too. And I roasted, this is the first time I've done this. I roasted mushroom and eggplant
Ooh.
and then put that in the tomato sauce. And
Oh,
our tomatoes weren't from our garden, but they were from our friends who had an abundance and was generous and shared them with us. So, yeah, and it's delicious. Delicious. It's like a tomato stew. Yeah,
right.
it's just
Yes.
lovely.
It's very much like a tomato stew. And so I remember back in my olden days, my old ways of eating pasta and spaghetti, and it was like white noodles and it was like Prego sauce. And that was pretty much, and maybe I had some meat in it, but it was never satisfying and it was never filling. And I just kept going back for more, more, more. And now that I'm doing really high fiber spaghetti, it's so filling. It is so comforting with those big chunks of veggies and stuff. So I hear you on that.
Love it. Yeah, love it. All right. Well, you enjoy and stay healthy, everybody, and get outside.
Get outside. Take care. Bye, guys.
Get outside.